Welcome to Brandmerry Live with Michelle Knight, your branding and business coach, where I'm sharing branding and biz tips for the female entrepreneur.
So, for those of you that don't know me, maybe you're new here, maybe you've never caught a live stream before, my name is Michelle Knight, and I'm a branding and business coach, and I am the founder of Brandmerry.com. And I do a lot of things in my business, but primarily I work with female entrepreneurs who are struggling to gain visibility and traction in taking their business to the very next level. What I do with my clients is help them tap into their story so they can create a standout brand and message that allows them to be the expert that they are in the online world, and then, create their desired income so they can spend time on what matters most to them, like, traveling and spending time with their family, the things that are important to me. So that's a little bit about who I am and what I do. And again, today I'm going to talk to you kind of about my schedule and really the 5 things that I focus on every single day. And this is something that I learned from my coach that I've adapted to myself. And so the 5 things that I'm going to share with you don't necessarily have to be the exact 5 things that you do for your business, even for your life, right? I feel like this could be really helpful just in your life, especially if you're feeling stuck or you're not reaching the goals that you've set out for yourself, right? We're over halfway through 2017. So these can be adapted to fit your life and your style. But I want to begin by just talking about why I don't have a schedule. So when I left my 9 to 5, I posted a lot in Facebook groups, a lot of different communities. I asked people, I said, what do I need to do to make sure that my business grows, but I'm also home with my son? Like, what do you guys do? And everyone told me I have a very strict schedule. And so I tried that in the beginning. Honestly, I did. I'm pretty good at sticking to what I say I'm going to do. But what I found is that there were definitely things completely out of my control. Like, I have a child, number 1. Number 2, my childcare is, like the beginning of the week and the end of the week. But also I work with clients. And so sometimes they need me, sometimes they're emailing me, and I need to be available and accessible to them. And so I quickly realized that although a set schedule works for a lot of people, and I think it's amazing, there are a lot of us that it doesn't work for. Maybe you work odd jobs, right? While you're building your online business. And so you don't always know what that schedule will be. Or maybe you go to school and that fluctuates. Maybe you're still working like a 9 to 5 or something, and it just is completely different. So I wanted to come in and tell you that you don't have to have a set schedule to reach your goals every single day. If it's working for you, keep it. But if you find yourself getting frustrated, like I was getting really frustrated with how come I couldn't stick to this? Like I said, I'm really good at sticking to what I say I'm going to stick to. So why wasn't I able to? And it was just because you have to be very focused when you're working on your business. So what I have learned to do is have a flexible schedule. So people ask me all the time, what does your schedule look like? What do you do? So I'm going to share with you a little behind the scenes. So I have childcare on Mondays and Fridays. So what I've chosen to do is, those are my big batch days. Hi, Bonnie. Those are my big batch days. So on Mondays, I write all of my content for the whole entire week. Every single thing, every social media post, every email, I make my images, all of it on Mondays. Every other Monday, I also work in client calls there as well. On Fridays, that's a creation time for me. So I have some client calls on Fridays, but I also leave that time to create a new freebie or work on a workbook for my clients or record some YouTube videos, different things like that. Those are the only 2 days that are set in stone. Sometimes they're not even set in stone, right? Because I have a child. What happens in between is what I call my weekly list. So I have a dry erase board behind me, you can't see it, where I write down everything I want to accomplish in a week. And then what I do is I look at my schedule for the week. Maybe we're going to a music class, I'm going to a music class with my son, or my husband works opposite hours, so maybe he's off all day in the morning, and so I have a big chunk of time that I can get stuff done. And I just go ahead and plug in what I can do when I can do it. But I also am really forgiving with myself and know that if my son needs to be held for an extended amount of time, or, just really needs a lot of attention on that day, isn't going to go play, by himself outside for a little while, then I can do something that maybe lets me sit on the laptop and email my clients or different things like that. So I think it's really important to know that you create a schedule that works for you and your life and your business. And what I highly recommend are two things. One, batch scheduling. If there are days when you can batch schedule any of your stuff, whether that's your content, web series, recording things, anything like that, I highly, highly recommend that you do that. I'm getting some angry faces. I'm sorry you're angry. I highly recommend that you do batch scheduling, any way, shape, or form. If you're working a 9 to 5, maybe batch scheduling for you is waking up a little earlier on a Sunday and getting all of your content out, before everyone wakes up in the house. Or you can go to a coffee shop for a couple hours on a Saturday or Sunday, right? I did this while working a 9 to 5. There's no reason why you have to wait to batch schedule when you've left your 9 to 5, okay? So batch scheduling is huge. The other thing is be forgiving of yourself and your time. This is why I do the weekly schedule every single time, because I am the type of person that if I have a bunch of stuff on my list and I don't get it done, at the end of the day, I feel a little defeated. And I don't know if you feel that way too, let me know. But I feel like I didn't accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. And that is more harming to my mindset overall than just being flexible with myself and being forgiving with myself. So I know that by the end of the week, I will accomplish all of these things. How it happens, what time it happens, what day it happens, I don't know that, but I know it's gonna happen. And I think that's what's really powerful. And we hear a lot about balance as entrepreneurs, and balance means different things to different people. Some people say you can't even have balance as an entrepreneur. I believe that balance is knowing that you can take a Wednesday off, a whole entire Wednesday, to maybe be with your family or, do some home improvement projects or do something. And then maybe the next day you wait till your son goes to bed and you have to work a little bit later. That to me is balance. I am all about that give and take. So yes, I am an entrepreneur that wakes up earlier in the morning and gets a bunch of shit done before my family wakes up. I'm also an entrepreneur that sits in bed with a laptop and does a bunch of stuff while binge watching Netflix, because I do what works for me and my family and my schedule. So that is the biggest takeaway I want you to take away in regards to scheduling. Now, there are 5 things that I focus on every single day, because my schedule is all over the place, because you have to be super, super flexible. If I focus on these 5 things every single day, I know that I'm working towards my goals in my business. So I'm going to share with you what those 5 things are for me. I'm going to tell you a little bit of why I do them, and then I want you to create your 5 things that make sense for your life and your business. Cool? Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Bonnie says, I generally batch schedule my daily tasks. Beautiful. What's so amazing, and Bonnie, you can probably agree to this, about batch scheduling your task is that you are in your zone of genius, you're in that creative space. That's why I love to batch schedule anything I'm writing, because I put in my headphones, I rock out to Sarah Bareilles, I can write all of my emails, all my social postings, a whole entire blog in a couple hours, because my attention is not all over the place. And that's what I think is really, really important. So the 5 things I do every day. Number 1 is I do something for myself. Because that's important. In order to have a successful business, as the owner of this business, I also have to take care of myself. So it's a little different. Most days I do mindset. I do some sort of mindset, whether that's a grounding meditation that I have recently learned from my friend Binu, who is I can't cuss because I'm on their Facebook pages, right? Who is awesome. And so some sort of small meditation. I only meditate for no more than 10 minutes a day, because I just don't have the time to sit down and I hate that. I do have the time. I have chosen not to sit down and meditate for an hour long. I have a very condensed 10-minute meditation that I absolutely love. So meditate, read my beliefs or my affirmations, write those goals that I'm reading as if they are already happening in this moment. I've shared this before in a video, but let me know if you want me to talk about it in a future video. And my visualizations. So those are kind of my mindset. I also interchange that or add on working out, because that's really important to me. And sometimes I'll work out instead of meditate because it clears my mind the same way. So one thing that I do for myself, right? That's number one, top thing. The second thing is I do something every single day that will grow my list or my community. So as a coach, it's really important that I have a growing email list and community, right? So I can continue to give value. So I have a community that is really eager to learn what I have to offer. And so that I can continue to see what my ideal client wants. I argue that really no matter what industry you are in, if you are a blogger, even if you are in the nonprofit industry, you should be constantly focusing on growing your list and your community, because those are the people that you are building these deep relationships with, which will get us to number 3, these deep relationships with that will end up being buying customers from you. So growing your list or community can mean all kinds of things. Maybe you're doing a live like this, right? Maybe you are sharing a free offer that you've created. Maybe you have a blog that has a small opt-in on it. Maybe you're sending people to your website where they can sign up for more information, right? Just doing something to grow your list and your community, showing up in other Facebook groups and talking about an exclusive offer you have in your private community, or going in on Fridays and talking about your freebie, anything, okay? So every single day, I focus on growing my list. The third thing is nurturing that list, okay? And this sometimes, honestly, is the part that people overlook. I don't care how many people you have on your list. If you have 2 people on your list, you need to be nurturing them right now. Those are the people that are going to turn into some of your first customers. I was sharing in my group program that this time last year, I'm getting all those weird faces again. Very strange. This time last year, I had a list of 10 people, and I was emailing them 3 times a week with information, value, right? Because I was starting to let them know that I was an expert in this industry, that I knew what I was talking about, and that I was going to give them all this information that was going to help them take their business to the next level, or at that point, create their first business. So nurturing your community, and that can look like emailing your list, showing up and posting in your private community, showing up on Instagram or Facebook. Maybe you have an Instagram community, you're really, really active on Instagram. Maybe it's a bunch of, other mothers or other online entrepreneurs, right? Just showing up and giving tons and tons of value is so important. It's never too early to nurture your community, and it's never too early to start getting visible in the online world. So that's number 3. Number 4 is I make money, okay? Every day I do something that is going to allow me to make money. Maybe it is posting something about an opening in my spot. Maybe I send an email to my list. Maybe I do a live stream where I talk about something. Maybe I'm doing some sort of challenge where I'm going to pitch something, right? Maybe I run a flash sale. So every single day I'm doing something that will lead me to money. Do I necessarily make money on that day? Not necessarily. Maybe that's the goal, but I'm building up for a big sale, right? Maybe I'm emailing somebody that I've been in contact with to work one-on-one, and I'm nurturing that, right? Double whammy, and that's leading to a big sale. So again, 1 is like a mindset, something for yourself, mindset, working out, go for a walk, make some healthy food, I don't know. 2 is grow your list or community, right? These are mine. Number 3 is nurture that list or community, because it doesn't make sense to have one if you're not nurturing them and giving tons of value. You guys know how I feel about value. Number 4 is make a sale, right? Now, number 5 is something that's really important to me because I absolutely love research. So I actually have added number 5 as research. When I was starting my business, per my coach's recommendation, which was perfect when I was starting, was I would focus on really improving my visibility and my money conversations. Now visibility is just integrated into my business so effortlessly that I don't really need a 5th thing for it. So I have actually started doing research. So every single day I research something new. Right now I am immersing myself in Instagram. I am learning all of the different things that I can about Instagram, because not only is it going to help me in my business, but now I have another resource that I can give to my clients. I had a client ask for this, so I'm teaching myself. I might listen to a podcast. I might find myself on Pinterest, researching things, Googling things, anything, just some type of research. Some days it'll be a few hours because I get really focused and I I'm in love with research, you guys. I love it so much. But some days it'll just be like I'm a podcast while I'm making dinner, right? But this allows me to advance my business. It allows me to become more knowledgeable. It allows me to offer more things to my clients. So those are the 5 things that I focus on every single day. Mindset, personal care, working out, growing my lister community, nurturing that lister community. Do you see how I keep emphasizing this one? I keep emphasizing it so much because it's so overlooked. Don't tell me that the last time you emailed your people was a month ago. They're going to forget about you. You know how many emails they have coming in every single day? Email them. Give them value. Be the expert that you are. As a side note. 4 is make a sale somehow. And number 5 is research. So, I have questions. I got really into it. Bonnie says, I am learning about tapping. I love that. So Bonnie, you probably said that, right? Because I mentioned Binu. Binu is a friend of mine. She's amazing. I've been working with her one-on-one. Truly amazing. Tapping is such an awesome tool and resource for you. You guys should actually check her out. I'm going to put her name in here. I don't know if I'll put it in there when I'm done. If you're interested in tapping or learning more about tapping, she is so freaking good. So that's great. I love that. Bonnie, is tapping something that you're doing every day? Because it's totally a mindset that you could incorporate. I love that. Tara says, I was one of the 10 people, I think. The first 10. I love it. I'm so proud of you and so grateful for all the amazing info you have shared with me. Tara, thank you. I think you were one of the first 10, honestly. I love it. It's crazy to think back on those people. I remember getting on the phone with you and doing some market research in the beginning, too. Okay, perfect. Johan. Yes, I think so. Johan. Well, you'll tell me. Things this month have gone out of the window because my brother-in-law passed away suddenly. We've just been dealing with this and trying to take care of our family. We've been stuck in number 1 for the last 4 weeks trying to move to number 2. I'm really, really sorry to hear that. And I think my heart goes out to you because I know what that feels like. I think what's really important about this is that you take this time for yourself. Rather than feeling like everything went out the window, know that you are going to be a better business, Joanne, okay. You're going to be a better business owner. You are going to be a better person overall when you take time for yourself. I think sometimes we feel guilty because things happen in our lives because we're humans. We are so freaking real. And I think it's really important that in order to be the best, we have to take care of ourselves. And this process that you are going through right now that, like I said, I'm very familiar with, is a process that is going to make you a stronger human being. It is going to make you a wonderful business owner, and all around you're already fantastic, I'm sure, but it's only going to take what you have to offer to the next level. So take that time for yourself. Joanne, you also said you've been stuck in number 1 for the last few weeks trying to move to number 2. So do you mean like the 5 things a day, every day? Let me know. And those can change. Let me say that as well. So I mentioned that I focus on research now, but when I started my business, the first 4 things were basically the same, but I really focused on just getting people on the phone with me, practicing, turning those people into clients, right? But as my business grew, I swapped out something. So I think it's important. I always say every quarter, look at your stuff. So, maybe at the end of the quarter you say, okay, I'm at a different place in my life. I'm at a different place with my business. These are the 5 things I need to focus on now. So I think that's really important. Tara says, I tap in the shower. It's easy to incorporate for me that way. Oh my gosh, Tara, I am so glad that you mentioned that because I visualize in the shower. So I'm all about multitasking. And first off, it's quiet, right? Because we don't have any kids in there, hopefully, sometimes. But it allows you to kind of be alone with yourself and your thoughts and then, do your whole mindset routine. So I'm a big advocate for we do have enough time. We all have the same hours in a day. So you can't tell me that the billionaires have more time than those of us that aren't making billions yet. we have the same amount of time. It's how we use our time. And so I'm a really big fan of multitasking. So I love that. Thank you for saying that. Joanne says, yes, I mean the 5 things a day. That's been all over the place, which is fine with me. Yeah, yes, definitely. Okay, perfect. So what I would say to Joanne, first off, you're doing number 1. That's good. Take care of yourself. Number 1. Do the 5 things that I mentioned make sense or feel good to you, or are there some other things that you want to incorporate? Also, what I would ask yourself is, what do you need right now? You know what I mean? And I think that it would be, if you're able to, you could really do all of these things in less than an hour a day. So maybe you say from 9 to 10 a.m. every single day, you are sending an email or just posting on social, you're sharing your freebie, you're inviting people to your community, you're emailing something about a sale. You can work these in together. Maybe you're nurturing your community with tons of value. You're also talking about something that you have for sale, and then you're also repurposing that in an email, right? Woo, 3, done. And then, whatever the 5th one is for you. So again, biggest things I want you to remember is forgive yourself. Understand that you are, in fact, a person, even though it's hard sometimes. To focus on 5 things every single day that are going to advance your business, so that no matter what happens in your life, if you focus on those 5 things, you're making progress forward. Also, don't get hard on yourself if you don't have a set schedule. It's okay. I am one of those people. I have set things I like to do every week. I have a roadmap of what I want to do every week, but by no means am I scheduling myself to the hour. Honestly, I tried it. It didn't freaking work. So I've moved on to other options. Any other questions for me? I do have to run because I have to get ready for a client call. The last thing I will mention to you, if you haven't heard already, is that I have opened up 4 spots for my one-on-one coaching. My program is called Passport to Freedom. It's a 6-month coaching experience, okay? So 6 months, you and me, completely one-on-one. It's customizable to you and what you need in your business and life, because I think that's important. And I really work with the women that I work one-on-one with to take their business to the next level. So figure out, how can they get really, really visible on social media? What's the strategy there, right? What's the game plan for getting those clients? How do you incorporate your story and what you stand for and who you are as a person into your brand, so that you can not only resonate with your ideal client, but actually grab their attention online, which is huge. And so I have 4 spots open before the price goes up at whenever those 4 spots are filled, basically. And so if you want to check that out, go here. It's brandmerry.com/passport to freedom. And I have spots open for discovery calls this week. That's really the first step. The first step is you reading the page and saying, is this for me? Because it's not for everyone, and I totally get it. Then applying, because I work with the most amazing women, and so you got to tell me what you're all about, and then we'll get on a call together and we'll see if we can make magic happen for your business. But again, it's completely customizable to you and where you are. And I think that's really important, because we're spending a lot of time together. We're spending 6 months together. You get 12 one-on-one calls, but during that time, you have full access to me via email and Voxer. So I'm really there walking you through the step-by-step. Find some of my clients, ask them, they will tell you. I'm on top of it with the emailing. I'm on top of it with the resources and the videos. And so 4 spots are open for that before my price goes up to $10K, because that's a goal I have for myself before the end of the year. And I'm all about them goals, ladies and gents. So I'm really excited. Last month I had 2 spots open, but you probably didn't hear about them because I filled them before I could even email anyone, which was pretty cool. So I'm excited to open this up to the masses now for the 4 spots that are available. If you have questions, you can also PM me. I'm always responding on Facebook if you have any immediate questions. Joanne says, thank you so much, exclamation point, I love it. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're not already an Authentic Brand Builders, join us in the community. There's a button above that you can join us. I would absolutely love to have you. And I'll see you guys soon for another live. Bye.